Alright, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, I want to talk about the wheel horse because it was 1 year ago today that we got it running. I want to tell you exactly what I did to get it running and what we've done to it since then, and let you know how it's running today. Starting with April 27th, I posted my first video on the wheel horse. It was Wheel Horse Commando 800 sat for 40 plus years. So we pull it out of the garage, and I take a look at it, and I notice it's all dirty up in there. It's got cat hair all over it because it sat in the garage, and we have cats that live in the garage. So it was full of all that. Gotta get that cleaned off, and then put a battery in it and tried starting it.
You sure the choke is getting to it?
Yeah. Obviously, it didn't start the first time because it sat for like 40 years, or nearly 40 years. I think it was somewhere around 36 or 7 maybe. Anyways, we couldn't get it started on the first try, so we move on to part 2. So now I've released another video, it's part 2, on May the 2nd. In this video, we are gonna find out if the wheel horse has spark. I found that it wasn't having spark, so I wanted to do a test on the ignition coil. Now, at the time, I didn't know how to properly test an ignition coil like this because I've never seen one like this before. This is the breaker ignition system. It's got the breaker points, the condenser, and the ignition coil itself. Now most lawnmowers, or all lawnmowers these days, don't have anything like this anymore. This is dinosaur technology. They all have the breakerless ignition coil pack that sits on near the flywheel and the wire goes up to the plug. So I didn't know how to properly test ignition coils like this at the time, so I decided to just go ahead and order a new one, and that was that. So now we move on to the next video. Part 3 was released on May 2nd. I wanted to do a compression test, but I didn't have a compression tool at the time, so I got a compression gauge and stuck it in there, and we did a compression test. And it pulled up about 60 psi, I think. It was somewhere around that area. I did a wet and dry compression, both appeared to be about the same results, and that is because this engine has an automatic compression release. I didn't know that at the time. I thought it must have been bad piston rings or something, so that really worried me when I saw that. Although 60 psi may be low, I knew that was enough to at least get the engine to fire a little bit. So then we move on to the next video, part 4, and this is the one where it actually starts. This video was posted May 2nd. This is the day the wheel horse runs. And this is my most viewed wheel horse video too. I don't know how or why it's gotten so many views, but it's got over 2,000 views on it. It's unbelievable. So in that video, we replaced the ignition coil, I don't know if we replaced the points or not, but there was something wrong with the breaker points. There's a little rod in here. It opens and closes the points so that it will give spark to the spark plug. And so those points were stuck closed. So I took the points off, pulled that little rod out of there and sprayed it with WD-40 and lubed it with oil, stuck it back in there, and then tried to crank the engine over, and I noticed they were finally opening. So now I put the wire back together, and finally I hear the first time the wheel horse has ever run. Now, I didn't capture that on camera because I was too excited. So, you guys didn't hear the first time the wheel horse fired. I didn't record it, but I heard it fire for the first time, and then I got the camera out and started recording. Now, after I said, I can't believe it started, I moved the camera to another angle, and this is the first time it really ran for a long time. I knew it was probably going to do this, so I got the camera ready, I got it in a good position, and let it run for a few minutes. It wasn't running very well, but it was running, so that gave me confidence that I could get it running a lot better. And that's exactly what I did. I figured out everything that was going on with this thing, and I fixed it up, and now it's running flawlessly. A year later, check it out. See, it's running perfectly now. I've only had to replace the fuel lines, the breaker points, the ignition coil, and a few wires. That's it. Everything else is, as far as I know, is original on this thing. And it's running that good. You can't kill these Kohler engines, y'all. If you put oil in them and put gas in them, they'll run forever. I don't think even some new mowers run this good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me talking about the wheel horse. I hope you found it interesting. I've been thinking about this for a long time now. I've been putting it together and thinking about what I wanted to say about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. If you're stopping by for the first time and you wish to see more videos of the wheel horse, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, I did forget to mention that I have plans to restore the wheel horse at some point. Now, I can't do it right now because, you know, money is an object right now, and I need to get that in order to restore it. But I do have plans to get it restored at some point, maybe in about 6 months to a year. And I also want to get the engine rebuilt when we do that too. So I'll get a rebuild kit for it, and so it'll run flawlessly for another, who knows how long, maybe 100 years. Or more. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know that real quick. Y'all stay tuned for whenever that happens. I don't know when that's going to happen yet. I don't have any particular time or when I'm going to start doing that. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.